Alright, y'all, we've been working hard at this for a few days, but we got all the continents named down to one. Alright, so you guys decided what you're gonna name it yet? Yeah, I think we're gonna go with Europe. Alright, whatever. Now, hold on now. Wait just a minute. What's wrong with that? Nothing. It's just, all the other continents start with the letter A. So? Well, I mean, it shows unity, or, well, at least it did before you showed up in here with your little stupid ass E. Now, hold on just a second. Now, that's not even accurate, okay? You got North and South America, okay? North, South. Directions, Pete. Those are directions. Listen here, I've been thinking about that name for a long time, okay? And it ain't got shit to do with anybody else being named A, okay? It was just a coincidence. Oh, really? Because I think that you looked down the sheet and seen where everybody else is named A and was like, I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna be one of those assholes. Can we get our own continent? God damn it, Russia, no. Okay? We've been through this already. I know you're fucking big, okay? We're gonna split you up between two continents. That's what we're doing. How will we know which continent we resonate with more? Communism. Now, is there anybody else? I don't like the name Europe either. I want to do something about it. Germany, there's nothing I can do about it, man. All right, my hands are tied here, I don't know what to tell you. Jesus, man, I tell you, I'm so mad right now. I want to blame a religion for it, but I don't know which one yet. But when I figure it out, it's going to be bad. Southern car salesman will be on the radio talking about what's going on, South Georgia, North Florida. It's your main man Bryce down here at Tux Ford, Dodge, Chrysler, Crichton, fucking goddamn boy. We got it all, son. We got the inventory. You like Ricky Bobby? You want to go fast? Well, let me tell you something, buddy. These cars are so fast, I had to put them on birth control. These cars are so fast, you'll be convinced it's Ramadan all year round. These cars are so fast that you can put them in reverse and time travel back and stop catastrophic events like 9/11 or your first wife that you split up with but you still ain't divorced. What's up with that? All our cars are cheaply built with plastic and zip ties to save you money and not your life. That's Allstate's business. Our business is 0 to 60 in however many seconds before that tire pops off. Simply put, these cars will fuck you up. But not these prices. You buy a car, I'll throw in a free rocking chair. And let me tell you something, buddy. A lot goes down here, drug deals included. But I tell you, buddy, payments don't. That's right, boys. That's $0 down. $0 down. That's right, buddy. You can use that tax money for more important things. This is the South. You need beer money. This is the South. You need bond money. But you won't need car money. At least until that first payment, you better pay that shit too now. Don't make me get gangster on you now. I'll split your head, bitch. So make sure to give me a call at 912-0 down. That's 912-0 down. 912-0 down. I don't want your money. I just want your business. Being toxic used to be my middle name, or as I like to call it, rational thinking. My ex used to always tell me I should listen to reason. Maybe so, but then again, why do you always listen to the friend who's been divorced twice? All I'm saying is if the girl can fake the sex, why can't I fake everything leading up to it? Hell, I even lie about my name. I told this one girl I was Draymond Green. That's the problem with a lot of y'all these days. Y'all get with assholes and get upset and depressed when they start acting assholey. Especially when you live in Alabama. Like, y'all grew up together. You knew how he was going to turn out. Most relationships these days are trauma bonds. Conflict is like Viagra to these people, except you don't have to wait 4 hours for it to go down because you'll be too busy looking for more shit to bitch about. I kind of feel like marriage is just two people being like, hey, we've already been through so much shit already, we might as well just tough it out. Some people think it's toxic to track their girl's location. I wholeheartedly agree with that, which is why I hide in her back seat. But not for real, toxic relationships do alarm me just a little bit. Buddy and his old lady were arguing the other night, and I asked if everything was all right, and they said they were setting the mood. And it makes me just a little bit curious about some things, What if you're at work and your boss yells at you? Do you get a boner? I'm a bit toxic myself. I threw my Christmas tree out in the yard last year. Why, you may ask? I don't remember. It probably wasn't that big of a deal. I tell you guys, getting medicated really isn't that bad of an idea. I mean, it sure beats the shit out of trying to come up with an excuse as to why your Christmas tree is out the front yard. I'm making up all kind of bullshit. I told one of my neighbors I brought it home and it had a wasp nest in it. The guys always got to act gangster like we can go to high school together. You know, the ones that act hard after going to jail for missing jury duty? He's got some cool little nickname like Code Red or some shit. He even goes by it on Facebook. He sent me a friend request the other day. It was like Code Red to Dawn or some shit like that. I was appalled. I said, what the hell they done did to Timmy? This kid used to piss at the urinals with his pants around his ankles. How you claim to be gangster and have the school done seen your booty cheeks, man? That don't add up to me right there. That sounds like an identity crisis. Are you trying to be a gangster or a girl named Chastity with daddy issues? You say you only pull out your phone to make plays. Hell, back in school, you only pulled out your phone to show me the new Pokemon you found. Y'all know, back when the Switch was a Nintendo. I got a question though. Do they know you used to raise your hand to remind the teacher to pick up homework, or did you leave that part off the application? Girls be doing that shit too. Again, like we didn't go to school together. Hopping on Facebook, hashtag Team No Kids. Well, that's great, Debbie. was that before or after you lost custody? I know people probably feel the same way about me. I remember one time in high school, this one girl said I'd never amount to anything, to which I replied to, well, you're not very attractive. 9 years later, I'm a minor successful comedian and she's got 6 kids with 3 different baby daddies, so in a way, I guess we were both wrong. Let me tell y'all about what happened to me at the gas station, right? So I was trying to get gas earlier and I got cut off at the pump by some asshole in a Subaru with a fucking AC unit strapped in their passenger window by off-brand duct tape and the mighty mercy of God. Now, I ain't gonna lie, this pissed me off, but I try to be respectful. You know, I do have morals, so, you know, I approached her kindly. I said, hey, Miss Lady Bitch, you know, you cut me off at the pump. She got defensive immediately. She immediately became a smart ass. She was like, well, if you were here first, and how'd I get to the pump first? I was like, probably because you're more aerodynamic than me. You got that damn AC unit built back there strong enough to blow away a fucking small village in Ethiopia, make grounds for a Dollar General or some shit. She proceeded to call me a peckerhead, to which I replied, I am what I eat. Now, it's obvious I just lost the argument. But let me tell you something, boy, I did not lose that war. As soon as she walked in that store, I stole that AC unit, gave it to a crackhead down the street. Didn't even sell it to him. I'm like a walking pro bono in the crackhead community now. I get handshakes and hugs every single time I walk in a Waffle House. People can say what they want to say about me, but deep down, I'm a good man. So back in the day, I used to have this thing for goth girls, you know what I mean? In fact, I used to date one. She was real skinny too, you know, with milky white skin. You know, she kind of reminded me of a Virginia Slim. We didn't break up or anything like that. Hell no, man. I loved that girl, you know. We going down the road one day, I forgot the sunroof was open. That bitch flew out like a grocery bag. I still think about it from time to time, you know, whenever I'm in a damp and dark environment. I get emotional every time I'm in a pair of skinny jeans. Not trying to be TMI or anything like that, but she used to take off her fishnet, you know. She let me take it to the river. But I was the most fish I ever caught in one sitting, I tell you. Not that she had any, though, you know. She was anemic, you know, which means she was allergic to aquatic animals. Anyways, now that she's dead, I think she haunts me, you know, so she found a way to both annoy me and not have to sleep with me. This has become a big problem. It hinders my ability to use the restroom, you know. I can't shit right. Somebody's watching me. I'm in a crisis, all right. I need some paranormal help, you know what I mean? Someone send me Ghostbusters or call Supernatural, fucking Danny Phantom. Her powers are strong, you know what I mean? She's resilient like an old Nokia flip phone. Every time I walk in my house, I feel a disturbance in the force. And by the force, I mean my pecker. I either need a priest or Gandalf. Someone send some help, man. I needs it. And I'm starting to think these edibles are fake. How you feeling? Doing pretty good if you ask me. How the fuck did you get back there? Watch the road! Dude, we ain't even gone anywhere. That's how I know you're high. You think I'm the one that's high right now? Dude, I'm not even real. You're the only one in the car right now. Dude, you're right. Hey, wait, where the fuck did I go? I just want to make it clear that I'm not a straight white male. I'm actually 0.7% black. In fact, I'll show you. Yep, there it is, boys. 0.7. I used to round that shit up to 1% whenever I would go to parties back in the day, you know, so I could obtain what the cool kids call street credibility. You can never be too careful when you look like me, you know. I used to walk in the club with my shirt up like I was flashing my piece. Like, nah, bitch, I'm trying to keep the peace. What's nothing but brothers in here? And if you look at me, I mean, all I gotta do is just turn my hat on forward like this right here. And with the hair, I mean, look at me. I look like I use racial slurs to get off in the bedroom. I look like I'm in possession of a thin sheet of ice and you're standing on it. I look like I call police over minor inconveniences and stay on the phone until they get there. I look like I make questionable remarks to all my female cousins at the social gatherings. But then if I just turn the hat on backwards like this right here, you know, and then, oh, he's just a fucking pothead. I went to the doctor once. They tried to tell me it was cancerous. They told me they needed to cut it out. I said, man, that shit can't be cancerous, man. He quit smoking menthols years ago. He said, Mr. Tucker, you are aware that this is a mole, right? That ain't no damn mole, man. See, just because I'm from the sticks, man, don't make me stupid, man. I ain't dumb, all right? I know what a mole is. Hell, I fucking see them all the time. I ran one over with my lawnmower the other day. I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. You know, I'm also part Native American, which means, well, shit, I don't really know what that means, but I'm sure I'll be fine. This week's been rather stressful, to say the least. My stress was so bad the other day I had to smoke a cigarette backwards. I went to Chick-fil-A, I told them hold the pickle and drown it in holy water. Give me extra Jesus today, Lord. When I opened the bag, I want the sandwich to say the blessing. When I was younger, my mom used to always tell me, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Now that I'm older, I realize it's Prozac. I could use some serotonin, but my Sarah ain't toned at all. She kinda fat. My Sarah's toned out, like how you do your aunt at Thanksgiving when she just won't shut the fuck up. Sure, there are healthier ways to deal with my stress, but I prefer pot, nicotine, and vigorous masturbation. My buddy told me I should try being more active. I'm actively stressed. It doesn't work. Someone told me to laugh more. Ha ha ha. Nope. Get more sleep. I have a toddler. Don't drink. I have a toddler. I would try meditation, but when I asked the people at Walgreens, they just looked at me funny. One of my friends told me just try not to stress as much. I have a toddler, and he's in his terrible twos, okay? You know that age where you put him down for a nap, and you're like, oh, look, he's so cute. And then you come back 2 minutes later, and little shit's doing cannonballs off his fucking TV. I tried to take a shit this morning, and peace. This motherfucker done stuffed a hot ham and cheese behind the toilet. Say what's up to the camera, Burrow. Yeah, y'all remember my boy Barrow. I tried to make a video, get rid of him a couple months ago, but nobody wanted him. But he actually grown on to me. I like him, even though he stresses me out, but I can't beat him up because it'll be a hate crime. If there's 2 things I've learned from growing up in the South, it's that 1, there's a saying for everything, and 2, everything has a remedy, even if it don't make no damn sense. For instance, the other day I burned my hand while I'm trying to cook, right? Burnt the shit out of it. It's stinging like a mother. And of course I reacted accordingly. Shit, ow, ooh. You know what I mean? All that good stuff. My dad's like, well, damn, I wish my Aunt Gertrude was still here. She knew how to talk the fire out of it. Talk the fire out of it. I've been here my whole life. I ain't never heard no shit like that. That's crazy, man. I couldn't even imagine. Oh, sweetie, you burnt your arm? Okay, let Auntie go gargle some aloe vera, and I'm gonna come talk the fire out of it. Me being me, I kind of just laughed it off. I was like, good one, Dad. And he got defensive. He was like, hey, you calling me a liar? Hell, I ain't calling you a truther. I said, Dad, that's probably just a placebo effect. He's like, it's a fucking fire. You can't placebo that shit. And I'm like, oh, damn, all right. Damn, my bad. I didn't know your aunt was the fucking root lady. No, all jokes aside, like, are there really people out there that can do that? Because, like, can you teach me? Please? I can't talk the fire out of no one, but I damn sure can smack the fire out of them. That's similar, right? So I got in some hot water, made a joke about Taylor Swift. All I was trying to say was that, if you're worth $1 billion, why does it matter who the president is? It isn't like it's going to affect you if you're worth $1 billion. Hell, I've been seeing posts all day of people clowning on her about it. So I was like, well, shit, let me jump on that bandwagon. Now, I admit I made the first mistake because I was not specific enough. Y'all thought I was talking about another specific individual who's running for a very specific position. And I thought y'all was about to lose y'all's collective fucking mind. So I hop back on that status to clarify, and if you got a problem with me after that, you can just kiss my ass, because to be completely honest, I couldn't give a shit if I fucking chased my Taco Bell with a double shot of espresso. Let me make it perfectly clear, I will never apologize for anything I say on this channel. However, I will apologize if I break a promise, and that's what I did. I promised y'all that I would never talk about politics, and that would be something that I would steer clear away from in my comedy, and today, I broke that promise. And so I want to apologize to y'all for that. Regardless, that shit was funny, okay? I remember back in the day, our damn school was so broke, they didn't even build us a new school. They just brought in them damn portable classrooms, had us looking like we were going to school in a damn trailer park. They put them damn buildings up over there, and empty Busch Light cans just started raining from the sky. They were mobile homes too, you know what I'm saying? They came on wheels, so if the school didn't make their payments, they come pick them up in the middle of the night. You wake up the next morning like Ashton Kutcher, dude, where the fuck is my classroom? It was real sketchy too, you know what I mean? I remember one time the teacher wanted us to play a game, right? So we all lined up against the side of the wall, damn thing tipped over. Here they built it with all the rubble they got from that trailer park. They got fucked up by that tornado down there in Florida, but apparently there wasn't any casualties. They were all out stealing copper wire. I remember they had them double deckers too, you know what I mean? I seen a fat kid fall slam through one time. He landed on a group of 3rd graders in the building below. They're down there trying to learn Yankee Doodle on the flute or some shit. One of them kids got pancaked. They had to pry him up with a damn scoop shovel and 3 cans of Pam. Hell, I remember when I was in pre-K, I couldn't even take a nap in peace. Teacher be like, here, cover up, sweetie. No ma'am, that cover bites. I remember my dad came up there one time for a parent-teacher conference. He thought we done teleported to Tennessee or some shit. He got out of the truck talking about some, I can smell the Sudafed. Once a week, we had a drunk hillbilly pull up, confusing it for his house. To me, South Georgia is just one big Circle K parking lot. Diesel trucks, camo, clothing, food stamps, Confederate flags, bowl peanut stand, the subway extension, undercover cops, somebody's playing cornhole by the gas pump. Don't forget about the Dollar General across the street. The truckers are outside throwing hands over the last 5-hour energy drink. You got your lot lizards, you got your change beggars, cigarette butts, empty Red Bull cans, discarded weave, cheap condoms, expensive gas, empty cigar packs, and crackheads. And that's about it. It's not that I hate it down here, it's just everybody's been robbed by a guy that looks like Steve-O. They usually have one of them Bible names too, like Ezekiel or Elijah, some shit like that. And Jesus spoketh to thee, return thy unit at once. I wouldn't trade it for nothing though. I love it around here. I love the small town, or as I like to call it, the golf cart community. There's always a smell of barbecue in the air, although you can never quite tell where it's coming from. Another thing I love about being in a small town is you don't even have to worry if someone steals anything from you. Just sit around, wait 3 days, and hop on Facebook Marketplace. It'll be there. I like it down here. Despite all the other shit I just said, I fit in quite nice. I ever get sponsored, I hope it's by Waffle House. I've given them lots of business over the years. I'm pretty picky about which Waffle Houses I go to. If I pull up to Waffle House at 2 a.m. and the cook ain't outside smoking a Newport 100, I ain't going in. If I pull up to Waffle House at 2 a.m. and I don't see at least 3 teeth missing, I ain't going in. If I pull up to Waffle House at 2 a.m. and the health inspection reads 100, I ain't going in. That's right, I prefer the gas leak. As soon as I get there, I got a checklist of things I've got to ask. How many of your employees have pending warrants? How often do your customers attempt to pay with food stamps? Do you guys even own a wet floor sign? How long has it been since someone's pulled a gun in here? Waffle House is the equivalent to Jacksonville, Florida. Waffle House, the only place to get a quality meal while also watching crackheads go TikTok viral for your entertainment. Every time I walk into that place, I think of Chef Boy RD, cause Chef Boy RD's manager's fucking y'all on dental. Waffle House is a great place to pick up chicks after the bar. In fact, it's actually scientifically proven women prefer waffles to pancakes because waffles have deep pockets, unlike their bum-ass boyfriends. Which unfortunately includes me. All I got for you is deep depression and syphilis. Anyway, sponsor me, Waffle House. I think I'll be a great addition to your team. And if not, I'll just go there to IHOP. I mean, I got a buddy who's an amputee anyways. Old people talk the most shit, man. They ain't got no filter. It's like my grandpa every time I get around him. So when I was your age, I touched so much ass my hands had shit stains on them. Had to plumb ice my balls all the pounding I was doing back then, son. Son, you couldn't get no ass if you was a toilet seat. You wouldn't even know what to do with a piece of ass if it was your own. Hell, I've even slept with some of the Playboy bunnies. Huh? Oh, no, you never hear about it, because, see, I had to sign non-disclosure. I tried to get into NAM, but they wouldn't let me. They said I was a menace to society. High school state championship, I was the running back. Broke my toe, pulled both hamstrings and a quad. And I bruised my larynx. Still care for 255 and 3 touchdowns. That was the fall of 56. Never forget it. We had gender equality back then. Well, physically. Well, I've had plenty of brain damage. No, not from the football, hell, the cocaine. Son, I can still shoot the nuts off a hummingbird 2 miles away. I can't make it up. Simpler times back then. If you go to Walmart and you don't like Little Debbie, you ain't gonna buy Little Debbie. But Little Debbie's still gonna be at Walmart. If you go to the theater and there's a movie there you don't want to see, you ain't gonna see that movie. But that movie's still gonna be at that theater. If you're on social media and you don't like me, you still watch my shit because life is long and you're waiting on me to fail. Surprise, bitch! I'm still gonna be here. If only you guys acted this way towards Little Debbie, maybe then we wouldn't have so many people walking around thinking like squares when their outside figures are so well-rounded. People get mad at me for telling jokes that if their friend had said it, they would have got a standing ovation, but because they heard it from me, it gives them crippling anxiety. Oh, some stranger on Facebook told a joke, he's an asshole. Well, that might be true, but it's still kind of shitty of you to assume that. You could at least let me sleep with you first. I'm really not a bad guy. Hell, I sit crisscross applesauce and shit. When I'm walking out the store, I hold the door open for the person behind me, and then everyone in the store decides to leave at the same time, and I'm just sitting there holding the door for 100 people. You know, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm just sitting there wondering when's one of these sons of bitches gonna pass it along and grab the goddamn door. I got places I gotta be too, shit. Hell, I hate when I try to be nice for a second, and then I gotta be nice for a whole damn minute. I didn't know. That's not no. There's not really a point to this video. I just hope you guys enjoyed it, I guess. I don't know. I understand that this post might rub some parents the wrong way, but then again, I've never been good at reach arounds. If my son wants to play sports when he gets older, that's all cool. My son ain't coming home with no damn participation trophy. If my son comes home with a participation trophy, I'm going to strap Tanner right to it and I'm going to blow that shit up, all right? There's going to be so many trophy pieces raining out the sky, they're going to change the name to precipitation trophy. Aaron Hernandez never got a participation trophy. Look how he turned, well, minus that one thing. I'm just trying to prepare him for the real world, you know? It's tough out here. There's no participation trophies in the real world. Sitting up there in the delivery room, old lady pushes out the baby. Baby ain't even yours. Nurse comes in, ooh, tough luck. Here's a participation trophy. Get him next year. Like, what the fuck? You give a participation trophy to the running back who's ran 30 touchdowns that season. Then you give the same trophy to the kid who's been sitting on the bench all year. You're basically telling him that he can be just as successful with the least minimal effort, and it don't work like that in the real world. Sorry. If you ain't first, you're last, all right? Ricky Bobby's daddy told me that. And he might have been high when he said it, but I was high when I heard it. It checks out. Whenever I got fired from the DOT, I didn't get a participation trophy. Not a laminated, no, not shit, all right? What I did get is banned for 2 years. I did get that. That's the other point I want to get to in this video. Kids, don't do drugs. Drugs are terrible for you, and if you do them, you're going to end up like me. Mildly successful, decent looking. On second thought, different strokes for different folks. I'm joking, guys. I'm actually not that bad to reach around. My buddy goes both ways and he's single. Yeah, he's bi, alright, by his fucking self. I once dated a mute and every time we made love, she just stared at me like a foreigner who couldn't speak English. I like dating women with daddy issues. That way I never have to meet the dad. It's just when we meet their dads, we always say the same bullshit lines. You know, oh, we're not gonna break her heart. We aren't gonna hurt her. Why don't we just tell them the truth? Hey, Mr. Jones, nice to meet you. I'm just here to let you know I'm gonna manipulate your daughter into mental damage beyond repair, all while giving her mediocre sex to keep her interested. Anyway, that patio set out there, that's real nice. Where'd you get that? Hell, this one girl I dated claimed to be pro-life, but she swallowed so many babies that every time she opened her mouth, you can hear a kids choir singing All Star by Smash Mouth. Is it hard dating someone who's cockeyed? Well, depends how you look at it. Dating these days is like a game of the carnival. The shit's rigged, you lose a lot of money, and when you finally do win something, you could have got it somewhere else a lot cheaper. Dating for me is a little different. You see, I'm 27 now, which means I'm the equivalent of a Georgia State patrolman in the sense of, before we start talking, I'm going to need to see some form of identification. I was once talking to this one girl. I remember she told me not to ghost her, you know, and I told her, I said, no, I ain't gonna ghost you. I really like you, know. Never heard from her again. She disappeared faster than the poking feature on Facebook. At some point, I'll blame myself. Not today. Truth be told, I don't even know how I started dating. I just went to bed one night, you know, ooh, cooties, and I woke up the next morning like, damn, I need a piece of ass. If you're from my generation or older, you know what it's like to get in trouble by your parents and having to go out and pick the murder weapon. And by weapon, I'm referring to the good old switch. You ever get in trouble and you're summoned to go do this? Understand there are rules that apply. Rule number one, never get an old stick, alright? Listen, I get it, alright? We've all been there. You go out there and you get the stick that's been sitting in the dirt since Billy Bob clipped it with his musket back in 1865. I went and got one of those one time and gave it to my dad. He reared it back and it just woof, turned to dust like Spider-Man in that Avengers movie. That's actually the worst mistake you can make, because then dad's gotta go pick the switch. And that's rule number two, never make dad go pick the switch. See, my dad was one of them cornbread motherfuckers, you know what I'm talking about? Offensive lineman built type, you know? That motherfucker pull the whole tree out of the ground, roots and all, just gotta beat my ass with a stump. Rule number three, make sure you stay away from them bendable switches. They can be aerodynamic, trust me, they will fool you. Trust me, they might bend, but they will never break, I promise. You'll be madder than a guy in Tennessee once he found out they started putting Sudafed behind the counter. It's best to always remember to get something in between, you know what I mean? You wanna take your ass whipping by a man, but you don't wanna leave looking like you just left a Diddy party. Throughout my life, my favorite color has always been red, yet I always find myself playing with blue balls. Blue balls have always played a pivotal role in my life, despite my ever-growing disdain for them. It's rather disappointing playing with blue balls when you wish you could be playing with any other color, but then again, sometimes blue balls are all you can get. The only thing I enjoy about blue balls is when I bust them. There's nothing better than being set free from all the pain and stress that comes with the territory of possessing blue balls. Besides, playing with blue balls can be dangerous. It tells you things like, oh, you're never gonna get married. Why save yourself? It's important that if you ever come into possession of blue balls, to discard them immediately, and not the way Cosby did it either, just to clarify. Just a little nugget of advice, stop does not mean start taking off pants. Here's my interpretation of Diddy's lawyer in the courtroom. Your Honor, he was the bottom every time, I swear to God. 1,000 bottles of baby oil was insanely over-exaggerated. It was nowhere near that number. The exact amount was 997. He's got a persistent skincare routine. What can I say? He loves babies. No, not like that. Hey, if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that Costco is a treat. Huh? Am I right? Man, we are so fucked. Your Honor, my client can't even use oil. He's got a peanut allergy. The more money we come across, the more problems we I know you pay me a lot of money. What do you want me to say? I'm not the one who bought 1,000 fucking bottles of baby oil. You could... 2 goes a long way. Your Honor, is this going on my record? My client is a virgin. His kids were produced asexually. I like to bring a witness to the stand. Now, it's under my knowledge that you and Diddy were pretty close. Now, did you ever see him do anything, you know, out of the ordinary? Anything that would, you know, make him guilty of what the charges are saying? Please, take your time. This is a stressful day for all of us. Sleeping around in 2024 is like drinking from the outside water hose. It's kinky when choked. It's easy to turn on, but eventually, you will get burned. I never understood the infamous hoe phase after a bad breakup. Did all that just to get back at your ex, and now look at you. It smells funny when you pee, and you can't even sip crisscross applesauce when you go on your kid's field trip to the library. The smell was so loud, the librarian had to tell it to hush. Ladies, don't sell yourself short. You know what I mean? I know what it's like to be heartbroken. I know what it's like to feel worthless, you know? But herpes? Some people like to dye their hair when they go through breakdowns. I've broken down more times than a Chrysler 300, and I'm here to tell you I never dyed my hair. I was too busy trying to dye myself. I remember my ex dyed her hair red one time. I knew it was all over but the crying then. She wasn't coming back. Somebody done went and folded that bitch like a bad test grade. Worst feeling of my life, man. The girl of my dreams getting pounded like an apartment door when the rent's due. The only way to explain that pain would be like when Iron Man watched Peter turn to dust particles. It was that bad. George Strait's exes all live in Texas, and all my exes just want to kill me. I understand none of them watch my videos. I mean, why would they? But under that rare circumstance that you are, go fuck yourself. My cousin's got this new man she's been talking to. She's been going on about him all day. Oh, I just love a man that rocks a uniform. My man rocks a uniform. I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a bit narcissistic. Really don't give a shit. But just in case one day this dumbass ends up being part of this family, I figured I'd get to meet him, you know what I mean? We put up to this job site. Y'all, I can't make this shit up. This man works at Goodwill. I guarantee you someone donated that uniform. It wasn't even a Goodwill store. It was like one of those trash bins, you know, they put at the corner of a Walmart parking lot. He was standing out there. As soon as we pull up, he loses his shit. Oh, Rachel! Rachel! Man's out here acting like Batman on a Percocet. Now I'm just curious. I'm like, Rachel, where'd you meet this guy? She's like, oh, I met him yesterday when I brought these clothes up here to him. Oh, how dreamy, Rachel. You fucking dumbass. Are you sure he works here or does he just steal shit when nobody's looking? This guy's real weird too, you know what I mean? He wants me to acknowledge him as a veteran because he completed 2 tours of basic training. The guy wants me to respect him and he had major pain as a drill instructor. My assumptions were right though. He was on Percocets. Hell, we split one. Well, the old turkey oak fell on the old roof last night. Is the shit coming back? I just want to let y'all know I'm all right, and I hope everybody else is all right. I hope y'all had it a whole lot easier than I did. But boy, I got a lot of shit to clean up. The chicken coop that you guys have seen in the background of so many of my videos is gone. Yeah, I looked a little bit in there. Never mind. There it is. It like pushed one of the frames out of the window. So it's just open and there's another tree right there.